What is going on, guys? According to this program, we are live. There's a little bit of a delay, so just let me know in the chat if you guys could hear me and if you could see me. And I'm gonna wait a couple seconds here just to make sure that we are good to go before we go ahead and dive in. So if you guys were here last time, then, I mean, you guys know that last time things didn't go too well, all right? We had a bunch of technical issues, but I think we have it sorted out this time. So just say something in the chat if you guys could hear me and you can see my screen. Before we go ahead and dive in here. Everything looks connected over here, but who knows? Awesome. So I was actually looking at the email that just went out, and it seems like the wrong link was sent, which sucks. But what we're gonna do is that we'll go ahead and just send a replay out to everybody who didn't make it, I guess, this time. So basically, if you guys are new to this training, what we're doing is that every single Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard, we're getting here live, and I'm sharing with you guys everything that you need to know in terms of going out there and just completely dominating when it comes to e-commerce. And just today, we're actually starting a brand new series called $1,000 a Day Dropshipping with No Ads. And this is gonna be actually a very important series simply based off of the fact that I'm gonna show you how to go out there and follow a brand new business model in terms of doing e-commerce in a way that doesn't require you to advertise, which is a lot of people's nightmare, right? Like there's a lot of people that have tried to go out there and build e-commerce businesses and essentially haven't been able to see any success because they don't know how to advertise, or maybe they don't have enough money to advertise, or maybe they've tried advertising, but they just have spent too much money without seeing any return. So basically what you want to do as you start in e-commerce, or as you kind of start implementing this new business model, is that what you're going to see is a lot lower risk, which is ultimately what a beginner needs, right? Like a lot of people describe entrepreneurship as like going off a cliff and like jumping and like building a parachute on the way down, and it's actually not like that. Like what you want to do is try and mitigate risk as much as possible. So if you haven't been able to see any success in e-commerce, you want to figure out ways in which you could go out there and do it in a way that's as low risk as possible. Now, this show that we're essentially starting today is going to be like a series. Like there's a lot of things that you guys need to learn before you go out there and actually start applying this. And I'm going to be walking you through kind of at a high level view, sometimes at a very detailed view, exactly how you're going to be able to go out there and within the next 4 to 8, maybe 12 weeks, we'll extend this series so I could give you guys as much kind of value as possible in terms of this brand new model that we're essentially applying. Now, what we're doing, right, what we're doing in this series is that I'm giving you guys everything that you need to be able to go out there and potentially do it on your own. But something that we do on our end as well is that we actually create and manage stores for other people. So right now, we have about 50 stores confirmed and about 16 to 18 stores running of us essentially managing and running people's stores on a monthly basis. Now, it's a lot of work, right? There's a lot of things that are going to confuse you that you might not understand. There's a lot of systems and softwares and tools and all these different things that we've created to essentially give us an advantage. And what I want to do is slowly kind of present all these things to you in a way where you're going to be able to understand it and you're going to be able to go out there and start applying it. Now, every single week, we get here live 3 p.m. Eastern Standard, and we also give away money. So today we're giving away $100 at the end of the stream. And what I'm also gonna give you guys is access to a members area. Just because you guys, I mean, if you're watching this right now, the notifications didn't even go out properly, right? Which means that if you're watching this right now, like you either subscribed to it from last week or you were here last week and you knew that we were gonna have another one today. So today is basically the first episode. We're gonna be here basically for an hour. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you're subscribing to the channel because this year we're gonna be putting out a lot more content, okay? About 2 years ago, so not last year, the year before, we put out a lot of content on YouTube. The business model was different back then, and things are constantly changing in e-commerce, right? Which means that it's even more important for you to always be putting yourself in a position where you're continuing to learn what is working and what isn't. Now, last year, I basically took last year off from creating basically public content, right? So most of the content created last year was basically just to private students in a private kind of live stream. This year, we're gonna do that, but we're also gonna take it a bit more public by live streaming here on YouTube. So make sure that you're subscribed so that you get essentially notifications whenever we come out out with new content. The content is not only going to come out in terms of like live streams, but I'm also going to be releasing different videos along the week and all of that stuff. Okay, so we're still trying to figure all this stuff out. So if we see anything a little bit buggy happen, just bear with us. We're probably going to have it figured out by probably next week or something. Because I mean, if you guys were here last week, like you already see the major difference from last week where I literally couldn't even go live, right? Like you guys, we had like, I don't know, I think like 60 to 70 people literally waiting for like 20 minutes before we actually went live. But bottom line is that we are officially gonna go ahead and get started. So when it comes to business, I'm kind of going to recap a little bit of what I mentioned last time to make sure you guys have a good introduction to basically what it is that we're going to cover, right? So when it comes to business, well, what is business in the most general sense? At the bottom of the freaking kind of definition of what a business is. All a business does is it provides other people with a product or service that in the other person's eyes, right, in that target customer or whoever that is, in their eyes, trading their money, right? Trading their money in exchange for what they're getting makes it worth it, right? They would rather have what it is that you're offering. They would rather have the things that you're selling than keeping the money that they actually have, right? That's how essentially a trade happens, or a sale. You trade your currency, right? The money that you got from a job or from investments or whatever for whatever it is that you want. Now, when it comes to, for example, going out there and creating an e-commerce business based around Shopify, what you do is that you create an online store and you start running ads on Facebook, putting these products in front of people who hopefully are very interested in buying that product. And so those people, they're scrolling through Facebook, right? You're able to target them very precisely. And you're able to essentially, a very small percentage of those people that see the advertisement are going to go to your store. A smaller percentage are going to click add to cart, and an even smaller percentage are going to go ahead and finish the actual checkout process. Now, your job as you go through that process is to be able to map out the numbers for every single step of the way so that you could essentially calculate how much you could afford for a sale, okay? How much can you not afford for a sale? Are you paying too much? Are you paying too much per click? What is your CPM like? Are you saying the right words? Are you targeting the right people, right? There's a lot of different things that go into running advertisements, and at the end of the day, it's simply a math game, right? Like you're figuring out how much can I afford to pay for a sale, and am I able to get those sales at a lower cost, right? Now, as you guys just saw right there, right, even with that small explanation, like it's a bit complicated, right? And sometimes it may take you $500, $1,000, maybe $2,000 to go out there and start seeing sales from this actually happening. Now, is that a business model that today still works? Of course, right? Like there's people out there making millions of dollars still with this, as they always will, right? Sometimes people ask, like, is dropshipping gonna die or stuff like that? And that literally makes zero sense, right? All dropshipping is getting a product directly to a customer without it touching you, right? So a product buys a product from me, and it's gonna go directly from the supplier to the actual customer, right? The variable, what's always going to continue changing, is how you acquire those customers, right? And figuring out ways to acquire those customers at an actual profit, right? Now, that's one side of essentially going out there and doing e-commerce. Something that we've been playing around with for the past, I don't know, close to like 6 months now, maybe a little bit more. It's essentially backpacking off of the brand that different companies build, in this case, Amazon, to put us in a position where we're able to go out there and get customers buying our stuff without actually paying anything, right? Just imagine, like, just think having a Shopify store where you just get sales, right? Where you just get sales without actually having to run ads, right? Well, that would make everything a lot easier, because now you don't have to invest any money until you actually receive the money, right? Until you actually get the sale. And at the end of the day, what we do by doing that through Amazon is that obviously you can't do it through a Shopify store, but when you create an Amazon store, all we do is that we give Amazon a percentage of the actual sale for them bringing us that customer, right? Which is absolutely insane. Now, there's two ways for us to go out there and essentially sell on Amazon. And what I want to do right now is that I'm going to share my computer screen, and we're going to go ahead and dive right in. So basically what we're going to cover today is I'm going to share with you guys what the business model is, why it works, and we're going to dive straight into one of the most important parts about this, which is how do you find products to actually sell, right? Which is essentially one of the hardest pieces about this actual model on top of everything else. Like, how do you build a system where you could find a lot of products with doing the least amount of work possible? Now, as you're going to see, the process that we're going to follow is a bit manual. It takes a really long time, and it's not the best way to go out there and essentially find products in terms of scalability, right? Because you're going to have to do a lot of kind of hard work. But I want to start you guys off with this because this is a very good strategy, and it's a strategy that we followed for a very long time. before we actually went out there and started building systems and tools and everything, which I'm gonna be sharing with you guys throughout this entire series. Now again, the main goal of this series is to take you guys to $100,000 a day dropshipping with 0 ads, which means that you literally run 0 ads, you literally spend 0 money, right? Until you have a sale that has been confirmed, all right? So what I wanna do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and just share the PC. Okay, perfect. So you guys should be seeing basically my iPad right now and me somewhere at the top right, hopefully, if we got this set up properly. So let's kind of dive into just a quick overview of how the Amazon platform works and why we're spending some of our resources in creating stores here and even managing stores for other people, right? People that understand that they want to be involved in e-commerce, that understand that e-commerce is an ever-growing industry, that understand that companies like Sears and Toys R Us and Pier 1 Imports, companies that literally years ago, like we would look at, probably you would look at, and you would think like, oh, there's no way that company would ever go out of business, and nowadays they are. Why? Because they're failing to go into the online world, or they're trying to do it, but not doing it in the right way, right? So basically what we're doing is that we're managing stores for other people that want to get involved, but don't actually want to do all of the work that comes along with it. So basically they backpack off of our resources in terms of software, in terms of ways in which we find products and all these different things. And we just take a very small percentage of the actual profits of the store. Now, we're not actually taking on any new clients for that right now. And later on throughout the series, we'll talk about how you guys can get involved if you want to. But during this series, basically what I want to do is give you as much value as possible so that you understand how things are actually working on the back end, right? Starting from the absolute beginning, taking a very aerial view and then going into more kind of details. And what I'm gonna do as well is that I'm gonna stay on after the stream is over and just answer any questions that you guys have, hang out with you guys here for a little bit. And I also wanna give you something special for attending last week, okay? So let's go ahead and let's start off with understanding what are the different ways in which you could sell on the Amazon platform, right? So before we do that, let's go ahead and kind of recap this. So tonight, I just wrote tonight, but I'm gonna leave that there because usually these trainings are at night, but we actually changed them now and it's at 3 p.m. Hit me with the 1 in the chat if you guys enjoy these trainings at 3 p.m. versus 9 p.m. better. We essentially changed them. Like one of the main reasons why we changed them is to create all of the content and give you guys as much value as possible at a time of the day where I still have a ton of energy, right? Like usually at 9 p.m. at night, like I have just gone through like a 10 to 12 hour workday potentially, and then I have to do like an additional training. So I'm not able to give you guys kind of as best content as possible, as much value as possible. So we essentially switched it to this. And I mean, I'm super freaking pumped because we're gonna be releasing like a ton of content. Like I have a lot of friends who are extremely successful in business as well, and I wanna bring them on and have them share what they've kind of gone through and all that stuff as well. But let's kind of stick to the subject here in tonight's training. So we're gonna give away $100 at the end of tonight, so make sure you stick around for that. And we have a bunch of other kind of bonuses as well, all right? Now, I'm not entirely sure whether these live streams are gonna stay on YouTube or not. I know that they're gonna originally be created on YouTube, just like we're doing right now. I don't know if they're going to stay there. So essentially what I wanna do in part of these bonuses is give you access to a members area where not only are you getting over 40 hours of content immediately, like right now, but you're also gonna get a weekly kind of upload of these streams that we're gonna be having here so that you could have them all in one place. So make sure you stick around till the end to get that. So let's essentially start by going over the different ways in which you could sell on Amazon, right? So the first way is basically through FBA. Now this is the model that most people kind of know about if they know anything about e-commerce and that type of stuff. FBA stands for Fulfilled by Amazon, and basically what this means is, I mean, exactly what it says, fulfilled by Amazon, right? So these are the products that as you're scrolling through Amazon or whatever, have like a little prime, picture, right? So these are products that are fulfilled by Amazon. Now, within that category, there are actually two products, right? There are products that are sold by Amazon, right? So it's fulfilled by Amazon and sold by Amazon. And there are others that are sold, okay, that are sold by a third party, right, that are sold by a third party. So there's two ways to be involved in basically the fulfillment by Amazon. Either a third party or Amazon themselves actually sell it, right? And again, all of these things are gonna tie into what we're gonna cover here in a little bit. But essentially, FBA is one way, and within that way are others. The other way in which we're able to sell on this platform is through FBM. Now, FBM basically stands for fulfilled by merchant, right? So fulfilled by merchant. So basically what fulfilled by merchant means is that you're able to sell products in the platform, okay? You're able to sell products in the platform, and Amazon doesn't really care how you fulfill it, right? Because it's fulfilled by merchant, which is you or us. They just want you to get the product to the customer as quickly as possible, and to make sure that customers are not like unhappy with what they're actually receiving, right? Which again, to a lot of people, even right now, like you're like, well, how the hell do we do that? Like, how do we drop ship items, right? How do we drop ship items and get them to get there and make them arrive there quickly? Because you're probably used to like selling on Shopify and having an item get to people in like 10 to 14 days or something. So we're gonna go over that, and we're actually gonna spend the majority of the training today literally just going over product research and all that stuff. So in FBM, it's really only sold by third party, right? So obviously Amazon is not gonna sell any FBM products. That would just be considered FBA because it's fulfilled by them, right? Now, third-party sellers are ourselves. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but like most of the things sold on Amazon, right? Like most of the products on Amazon are actually FBM, right? And not only are they actually FBM, but they're actually sold by third-party sellers, right? Which are just other people, okay? Now, something that you're gonna realize is that inside of an Amazon store, right? Like inside of a product, should I say. Let's say that you go to an actual product listing inside of this platform. There's something in there called the buy box. Now, the buy box is the king of it all. It's really what dictates, okay? It's what dictates whether, like, who gets the sale for that product. And let me show you guys here just a quick example of what I mean by this. So we're right here on Amazon, right? Let's just go to like a random product. Let's go to like this product right here. So what you guys are seeing right here on the right-hand side is basically the buy box, right? So that is like the actual buy box. Excuse me 1 second, guys. Okay, so basically for this exact product that you're seeing right here, what this is, or what this says, is that this product is sold by Sunglass Shop and fulfilled by Amazon. So what this company is actually doing, right, what Sunglass Shop is actually doing is that they're buying these products right here, okay? They're buying these products right here, and then they're sending them to an Amazon warehouse, and Amazon is handling the fulfillment for them, okay? Now, these people right here are gonna get the sale if I click add to cart right now. And the reason why they're gonna get the sale is because they have this buy box, right? So obviously the buy box is important, because if we could figure out different ways to get this buy box, right? If we can figure out ways to get this buy box, then we're gonna have a higher chance of getting a sale for these kind of individual products. Now, not only, the reason why the buy box is important as well is because there could be multiple sellers, right? Like if you look at this product down here, you see how it says new 6, right? So there are actually 6 sellers that are selling this exact product right here, right? And as you could see, like just randomly, this product is actually sold by a bunch of people, and it's the exact same pricing, right? Like every single one of these people are selling it for the same exact pricing. That's actually pretty rare. Usually it's a couple dollars off or whatever, but that's kind of interesting right there. So what happens is that based on the reputation of these stores, based on how fast they could fulfill it, and based on a bunch of other factors, Amazon will choose who they actually put there, right? Who they actually put there. And another thing that's important for you guys to know is that they will usually favor an FBA seller, okay? They will usually favor an FBA seller over an FBM seller, which means that if someone is selling a product through FBA, they're probably gonna get that buy box, as opposed to if there are other FBM sellers. Now, again, to some people this might scare them, but it doesn't matter, because most products are FBM anyways, right? Most products are FBM anyways. And basically that puts us in a position where if we're able to be selling 200 to 1,000 products through FBM, right? If we're able to drop ship all those products, we're basically testing products. We're basically testing products in this platform that we may later decide to take to the next stage and sell them through FBA, right? Because remember, if you're selling 800 products and these 800 products are FBM and you have a way to drop ship them like I'm going to be showing you here soon, and you get sales for these products, well, you're only getting sales for these products because they're FBM, right? If there was an FBA seller, you probably wouldn't be getting much sales. So what does that mean? That if you're able to do that and generate a lot of revenue, generate a lot of sales like we're seeing with the majority of the stores that we're running, and a lot of them we're just starting right now as well, then what happens is that you get to become the first FBA seller of that specific product, and by doing that, generate even more sales and get even a higher profit margin from that actual product. Again, getting a little bit too far ahead there, but I want to give you guys kind of an overview of like where we're going to be shooting throughout this entire series as to what you could expect to even learn later on. Now, obviously, there's so much to cover, so we're just going to break it down into small kind of pieces so that you guys could get basically as much value as possible. So this product right here, $144, and Amazon is just choosing this person here to get the actual buy box. Now, obviously, this is a really big product, like a brand name product, right? If we look, let's look for other products here so we could kind of take a look at what the buy box looks, and let's see if we could find a product that is actually not sold through Prime. So let's see. So let's look for like outdoor furniture or something. Let's take a look at one of those products. So like outdoor chair. Let's do some of that. Okay, so we could actually, let's start with this one right here. So let's take a look at this. So this product is $59, probably FBA because it's here in the first page, but let's open it and take a look. And I'm gonna show you guys ways to find a product that maybe is not FBA so that we could kind of take a look at it. And really what we're backpacking off right here is we're heavily backpacking off of the branding that Amazon has created. Like, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I want to buy something, like I'll open up Amazon on my phone, I'll look up what it is that I want to buy, and then I click the purchase button and it comes right to me, right? And honestly, I think I buy too much stuff from Amazon. You know, it's funny because if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, make sure that you check that out. This morning, I posted a story on my Instagram. I ordered an Amazon package and I got an empty envelope, literally. Like I ordered a pack of tape and it was an empty envelope. There was nothing in the envelope, which is kind of funny, but anyways. So the bottom line is that we're backpacking off of the branding that this company has created, and the branding that it has created makes people like myself, right? And literally hundreds of millions of people out there, and Amazon sales show that. I mean, they do like close to 50% of all online retail sales. Like, can you imagine that? Like, imagine all the online retail sales that happen in the world, right, which are billions and billions of dollars, and imagine half of that, right, almost half of that happening in just one freaking place, right? And why does that happen? Well, because people trust this platform, and they trust that if they want a return, right, that they're gonna get it easily, and they trust that they're gonna be getting the best prices on here. So essentially, a lot of what we're doing is called retail arbitrage. It's how can we find a product that is being sold for this amount of money, and can we buy it for less money so that we can make a profit on the actual difference, right? And some products you might make $1 with, some you might make $2, $5, $20. But when you're able to multiply that over many products, you have the potential of making a lot more revenue, right? This is very different than Shopify in that sense, because in Shopify, you could take an individual product and take it to $5,000, $10,000 a day, really whatever it is that it allows you to, right? You could take one product to very high levels. Here, it's different. You're gonna take a lot of products to an okay level. And by doing that, right, you're able to scale and essentially generate more revenue, right? So this product right here that we just found, right? What this is showing us is that it's a 208, the rank of this product is 286,000, right? Which is a pretty okay rank. And we could see that it is not a prime product, right? It says ships and sold by Luck Design LLC. So it's actually sold by a third-party seller, and they're gonna figure out a way to get it to the customer, right? And we could see that there are actually 7 more sellers. There are actually 7 more sellers for this product. So let's take a look at it. So if we look right here, we could see that the person that has the buy box, okay, the person that has the buy box is selling it for $59.81. Now, there's someone else here that's selling it for $55. How come this person, even though it's being sold for so much less, right, for so much less, is not getting the buy box, as opposed to someone that's pricing it higher? And in this example, right, because there's a lot of different variables, there's a lot of different examples, but I want you guys to really understand this. In this example, it's because of the shipping time, right? So this person can get it to you as soon as February 7th, right, which is 2 days from now. and this person could get it to you as soon as February 10th, right? And again, this is one product. There are literally hundreds of millions of products, and I'm gonna show you guys how to find the best ones and all of that stuff. But that's basically just observations, right? We're just observing now as to what is going on with this actual product. What I'm showing you right now isn't necessarily part of the finding the product part, okay? We're gonna get to that soon. I'm just giving you guys a quick overview of basically how to read this information here so that you know basically what it's saying, right? Let's see what else this is saying. So pretty decent rank. It's being sold for $59. Okay, cool. So the first part, okay, the first part of really our product research kind of method is to be able to find products on Amazon that are not fulfilled by Amazon, that are not sold by a third-party seller through FBA. So in short, okay, and you guys want to make sure that you're writing this down. In short, the things that we're looking for in products, okay, is not FBA, okay, so not an FBA product, which again, not complicated, and I'll show you guys a little bit more about that soon. So not FBA and no brand seller. So this is important right here, right? This is important because what this means, and a lot of, like basically no one tells you this, is that you can't really sell a product on Amazon if the brand itself is also selling it, okay? Because you'll get in really big trouble, right? Like ask me how I know, all right? So basically what that means is, you see how this product right here is sold by a company called Ostrich? That means that if Ostrich is selling the product on Amazon as well, you do not want to jump into that listing, right? You do not want to jump into that listing, because what's going to happen is that they're going to start questioning you, and they're going to be like, hey, show me proof that you could sell this item and all of this stuff. So you don't want to do that, okay? Just something to point out. Make sure that you guys are writing that down somewhere. And to add on to that, right, because I kind of skipped over a part there, you could add yourself as a seller to any product literally with 2 clicks. Like I could literally go to Amazon right now, and in 2 clicks, literally be a seller on this product. That's it. All I'm doing is that I'm jumping on a listing that already exists. So the listing already exists. I'm just jumping on an existing listing. Amazon doesn't ask you for anything else. Literally, you want to sell this product? Go right ahead. But if you get an order, right? If you get an order, you need to make sure that you could obviously fulfill it, or your account's not going to be up for long, right? So again, the model, right, the business model that we're following here is very simple. It's low risk, but it takes a lot of work, and it's confusing at times. And there's a lot of things that need to be done. Like for example, you might come in here at a specific price, but if somebody lowers the price, then you need to compete with them. Or maybe you don't need to compete with them, right? And so essentially what we've created on our side is a lot of systems and processes that allow us to dynamically change the pricing, dynamically determine whether products are in stock or not, and all those different things. And basically what we do is that we offer the service of running stores for people so that they don't have to go through all that hassle and all that hard work that it's going to take in order for them to essentially manage the store, all right? But let's go ahead and continue diving right into it so that you guys can learn more as to how this actually works. So again, we're doing a quick overview of an actual listing, what it means to have the buy box, why someone could have the buy box over you, what are some of the factors that determine whether you get it versus another person, and some of the things to watch out for in terms of listing this actual product, okay? Now, the first thing, right, the first thing here is really we need to find, right? We need to find on Amazon, right? So this is step one. We could kind of find on Amazon, and there's different angles that we could follow. Actually, the angle that I want to follow today is going to be a little bit differently. What I want to do today is I want to start, okay, and next week we'll go into this one, because this is a way more powerful, a crazier way to find products than what I'm about to show you right now. But I want to start in the simplest way. I want to start in the simplest way to make sure that you guys have a good understanding as to how everything works, all right? What I want to do right now is hit me with the 1 in the chat, okay? Hit me with the 1 in the chat if you guys are understanding everything so far. I just want to make sure that you guys are getting this, that I'm not leaving you guys behind in any way. Basically, what we're doing is that we're creating Amazon stores. We're jumping into listings that are already selling, okay? People are already buying this, but we're pricing ourselves in a way that is competitive, and Amazon is choosing us to give us the sale, and we are basically fulfilling that order and sending it to the customer and staying with the leftover profits. Now, obviously that's in simple terms. There's a million things that kind of go into that, and I want to show you guys essentially how that works. So hit me with the 1 in the chat if you guys are understanding so far, so I could make sure that I could move on to the next step, which is essentially showing you how to go out there and find some of these products, how to analyze them. I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you access to a calculator that you're going to be able to use to figure out whether a product is good to be added on here or not. So just hit me with a 1 on there. I just want to make sure. All right, awesome. Okay, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and kind of start with the first way in which we're gonna basically learn how to go out there and find some of these products. So the first way is gonna be starting at the vendor. Okay, we're gonna be starting at the actual vendor. Now the vendor that I want to basically, I didn't even know this thing was on the background. So no FBA, no brand seller, and we're gonna be starting at the actual vendor. Now, the vendor that we're going to be using in today's example is going to be Walmart. Yeah, so like we'll literally use Walmart. So what that means is that there are products being listed on Amazon, okay, products being listed on Amazon that are sold for more money, and we could find them in Walmart for much, much cheaper. Now, obviously, the $1 million question is, well, how can I find all of them, right? How can I find the ones with the highest profit? How can I find all these different things? And that's what I'm essentially going to walk you through, because it is a process, and I want to make sure you understand it. So starting at the actual vendor. So let's go ahead and do that. So what I have right here is I have Walmart open, literally on the home page. Like I don't know the exact steps that I'm going to follow right now to do this product research. Like I don't have anything planned. We've literally going to do this together from absolute scratch, so you guys could really understand how the process works. And we're going to leave this product on here open for something that I want to cover on later on. So we're going to leave a copy of that up there. So basically what I want to do here in Walmart is I want to go find some categories, right? So I'm going to click right here. We'll try this category, furniture. So outdoor furniture, right? Let's take a look at some of these products. So we could see that some of these here are best sellers. We could see that these products have 2-day delivery, right? Some of them are sold by third-party sellers inside of Walmart. Some of them are sold by Walmart themselves, right? There's a lot of different things. There are different variants, right? We have different colors of these products. We have just a bunch of different types of products. And here we have like best sellers and all that type of stuff, right? So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to go down and I'm just going to pick a random product that I think would be a good fit. So I picked this random product right here. I could see that the brand is Mainstays, and I could see if I scroll down, let's pick a variant here. So if I pick the black variant, I could see that this is sold and shipped by Walmart, which is good, right? And it arrives by February 11th, which again is very quickly, right? Is very quick. Awesome. So what I'm going to do now, right? The next thing that I need to do is I basically need to find this product on Amazon. Like I need to figure out, is this product being sold on Amazon? And then do the numbers actually make sense? So I'm literally going to copy the name of this product up here. I'm going to go on Amazon, and I'm literally just going to paste it. Like I'm going to paste it in there. Okay, look at this. Like I had no idea this was about to happen, right? Like I'm literally doing product research here with you live. I randomly chose that product from the top list. But take a look at this. Look at the picture of this product on Walmart, and look at the picture of the product on Amazon right here. Like it's literally the same exact picture. And why is it the same exact picture? Because it's the same exact item, right? It's literally the same exact item. Now the next step, and something that is very important for you guys to understand here, is the fact that you need to make sure that the product is the same. Like you need to make sure that the product is the same, because let's say that you think it's the same and you jump into this listing and you become a seller of this listing and someone actually buys the product. Then you send it to them and it's the wrong product. Like that is an expensive mistake. Like you want to make sure that you do not make that mistake, because the person's going to complain and then they could basically raise it up to Amazon and you could potentially even get suspended for something like that. So first thing is you want to make sure that it's exactly the same. In this case, I mean, the picture is literally a copy paste. Like it's literally the same exact picture, same exact name, same exact variant, right? They're both black. Let's scroll down and let's look through some other stuff. So other things that you guys could use is the product dimensions, right? The product dimensions. Sometimes you have like an item number, something like that, like an item number you could use as well. See like a model number. You see how right here you have like a model number? So let's go back on Walmart and kind of look through this right here. So if you click on see more info, you could see that we have a manufacturer part number down here, right? MS96010. So it's actually a different part number in here, okay? It's actually a different part number in here. But what we're gonna do is that we're gonna take different data points, okay? Different data points and sum them up together to see if it makes sense or not. So even if this part number is different, because it's the same exact picture, because it's the same exact name, because it's the same exact color, I still feel pretty comfortable, right? So let's go down and let's take a look at the dimensions. So the dimensions are 30, the table is 38, 38, 35, 75. So 38, 38, 35, 75. Okay, so that's basically that. Let's see what other information. So 4 chairs. Okay, so up to this point, like I feel pretty comfortable that this is literally the same exact product, right? Like obviously, right? I mean, look at the pictures. So now what we need to do is we need to figure out whether it makes sense for us to sell this or not, right? Now you might look at this and be like, well, of course it makes sense. Like it's $220 here, right? Like you could see right here that someone's selling it for $220 and it costs $189 here, right? Like obviously that's a good choice, but something that you need to understand is that most of the times, right? Most of the times, unless you are an expert at doing this, and my goal throughout the next like 4 to 8 weeks is to give you guys a lot more kind of information as to how to be as good as possible with this, is that you're gonna have to pay taxes in Walmart, right? So you have to pay 7% taxes on this $189 if you're here like in Florida where we live. Maybe where you live it's a little bit different. And in addition to that, Amazon is gonna take 15% flat. So they're gonna take 15% of the actual revenue, okay? So what we're gonna do here is we're basically gonna plug in those numbers into this calculator that we use right here. And I'm actually gonna give you guys access to this calculator later on today. So make sure that you guys stick around to the end of today's training so that you guys could get access to this calculator right here and basically access to the area in which you're gonna get all these trainings so that you could catch up with them at a later date. And again, you have to make sure that you're here for this, that you're here at the end of today's training, because this is only gonna be open for like about 15 to 20 minutes after the training is over, right? For you to be able to join this. After that, it's not gonna be available. Like this is only for the people that attend live. And we're gonna continue doing things like this. So make sure that you're making some time every week to show up and attend live to be able to benefit from all these things that we're giving away. Okay, so 220.34, and another thing that's a good point, right, is the fact that some products don't have a buy box, right? Like this product right here, it doesn't have a buy box, right? Like if we look right here on the right-hand side, it says see all buying options. So not always is a product going to have a buy box, but if you click on see all buying options, then you could see basically what the different prices are that people are selling it, right? So here we have 220.34. So let's take a look. So 220.34, right? That's what we put under Amazon sale price. Under vendor price, we're gonna put what it's being sold at the actual vendor, okay? What the actual vendor. And so $189, okay? So $189 vendor price. And now we're gonna do the vendor shipping. So the shipping here is probably free, okay? So just to test it out, I'm gonna click on add to cart. And I'm gonna click on, yeah, so you can see right here that the actual delivery is free. And obviously, like we have taxes, right? Like obviously we have taxes that we need to actually pay. So shipping is free, the Amazon fee is 15% flat, and the vendor tax is about 7%. So basically what this actual formula, what this calculator here is gonna give us is the fact that in this product, we actually do not make a profit. Touch that PC. Boom. I don't know why it does that. So basically for this product right here, like we have a $15 loss and we have a negative 6% profit margin. So obviously like this is not a good product, right? Because you're gonna have to pay taxes, right? So this product is not gonna cost $189, it's actually gonna cost $200. And okay, Amazon is gonna take whatever the difference is between these two numbers, right? They're gonna take their 15%. So again, this is essentially how we want to do product research to find products where we're actually seeing a profit here. And once we're seeing a profit, then we could add ourselves as a seller into that actual listing. And whenever we get a purchase from someone, we actually go to the product and ship it directly to them. Hit me with the 1 in the chat if this is pretty cool and you guys are understanding what is happening. Just hit me with the 1 in the chat real quick. I want to make sure you guys are setting it up here. We got some difficulties back here. We're gonna get that fixed. Just let me know. This thing is a little bit delayed, so I get your numbers like way after. All right, let's see. Okay, perfect. Awesome. So what we're gonna do is just continue looking through more products, right? I wanna make sure that I'm doing a lot of products with you guys because there's a lot of different variants, there's a lot of different variables, there's a lot of different things that we essentially need to look at. Now, I'm gonna answer any questions that you guys have. For example, someone says, the packing inside will say from Walmart. Not all the time, right? Not all the time. A lot of the times, things that Walmart ships don't say that they're from Walmart because remember, what Walmart is doing is that Walmart is buying these products, okay? Walmart is buying these products from distributors. Like, these are not products that Walmart makes. Like, Walmart does not own the brand mainstays, right? They don't own these brands. They're calling up distributors, they're calling up brand owners, right? They're calling up mainstays, right? And they're telling them, hey, mainstays, can you send me 300 pallets of your 5-piece whatever, right? And when those products are sent over, that is still in packaging from mainstays, right? So what happens when Walmart actually sells one of these products is that they will put a label on it and they will ship it out, right? I mean, we have processed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of orders, and not once, okay, not once has any customer, actually probably about 2 to 3 times, a customer has said like, hey, like why does this come from this random place? And if that does happen, like you tell them, what you tell them is that you will have partnered up with that person and it doesn't matter, right? Like they don't really care. At the end of the day, all people want is to get what they ordered. If you give someone what they ordered, they don't care where it came from, right? Like think about it. Like if you order something from Amazon, right? And it gets there and it says like Walmart or something, like if I think about that, if I genuinely think about that and I ask myself, and if I put myself in that scenario, then what I would think was, oh, like maybe I bought it from Walmart on Amazon, or maybe like, maybe they sent it, they have a partnership with Walmart and I got it, right? So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. That's a question that a lot of people have. And that's kind of like a limiting belief that some people think when we mention this to them, but it literally does not matter at all. And again, a lot of the times it will not come in any sort of branding or packaging from them. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at some other products. So we have that one right there. Let's go back and let's take a look actually at a couple of others. So let's go back to the list of products that we were just looking at and see what else we could find here. And again, something else that's very cool is the fact that you could even filter here for clearance, right? Like things that are being discounted. And things that are being discounted are very good kind of products to sell because, again, this was originally $90 and now it's being sold for $64. Let's take a look at that. So I'm gonna copy this product right here, literally go on Amazon and look it up. And let's see, not always are you going to find it, but a lot of the times, right? Like take a look at this. This is literally the same exact product, right? Costway, outdoor furniture, 32 and 1/2, so 32. Let's see what this is being sold for here. So this is being sold for $92, and here we could get it for $62. And as you could see, I mean, it is literally, like look at this middle thing, look at the middle thing here. Let's see if there's anything else here that we could find. So Costway, the same exact brand, 34 times 3 inches. So let's see. So, see what else we can find. We have some dimensions here, but those aren't exactly. And what you guys are gonna realize sometimes is that as long as the dimensions are very, very close, they might not be exact, and people do that on purpose, right? Like this says 34 times 3 inches, and this says 32, and it is a 2-inch diameter of the umbrella hole, okay? It's basically the same thing. Because they are so close, like it is basically the same exact thing, as long as you could also back it up with the fact that the item looks the same, okay? Not always, but you want to make sure as you gain more experience and as you continue attending these trainings, you're going to be able to kind of pick those things up. So let's take a look at this. So this is a higher ranked product, right? It's a higher ranked product, which means that you might not get that many orders for it. But again, listing this product is so simple that if you found it, you might as well list it up, right? Let's take a look at who is selling this and for how much. So $92.52. So let's go ahead and put that here, $92.52. And the vendor price was $64.99. $64.99. Okay, so take a look at this. I mean, this is like a really good product actually, right? Like you're making a $9 profit every time that you sell one of these products, which is about a 10% profit margin, right? what you're gonna realize with this business model is that the profit margins are a little bit less, but that is okay, that is okay because you're not having to pay to acquire the customer, right? You're not having to pay to acquire the customer at all. It's like going out there and doing Shopify, except you don't run ads, right? And you're still paying a fee to acquire the customer, but that fee is just coming out of the money that you already made, right? Like we're only sending to Amazon their $14 if we actually get the sale, right? Whereas with Shopify, we may have to send the $14 to Facebook before we actually get the sale. So it's a little bit of a difference, okay? And again, what you wanna understand is that if you're doing Shopify, this could be another type of e-com kind of business that you start on the side as well that's a bit lower risk, right? What we focus on here is how can we create systems, processes, and ways to go out there and do e-commerce in a way where the end user, AKA you, right, our clients, the people that work with us, the people that want to go out there and make more money, can see success in the lowest risk route possible. With Shopify, it's higher profit margins, but it's a little bit higher risk. So we're focusing here a little bit on showing you exactly how to go in there and dominate by doing it this way. So this is, I mean, this would literally be a good product. And if you don't pay taxes, you have an even higher profit margin, right? If you're able to not pay taxes in Walmart, which there's ways in which you could do that, okay, legally, right? Like this is all legal, obviously, then you're gonna be able to go out there and generate even more profit from that product. And again, these are products that I'm literally here finding together with you, right? Right now, we have a team of people out there that are always looking for products, and they're using systems and softwares and scrapers and Google Chrome extensions and all these different things that we've created to give us a huge advantage. But it's important that you start here by learning how to do it this way. So let's go ahead and let's find a couple of more. So again, clearance is a good filter, okay, because you're able to find things that basically are being sold right now for a lower price. And again, like a product like this, it says sold and shipped by Costway. So this definitely has no Walmart branding at all. It's going directly from the brand. Like the brand is shipping it directly to the actual customer. So let's take a look at this one, $120. This is a pretty good brand to sell actually. So take a look at this. I mean, same exact, let's see if we could find, I'm pretty sure it's this one right here, $120. So let's take a look. So this is 2 bar stools, mixed brown. So same exact thing. Let's see, I think, let's take a look at the dimensions because I feel like these legs look a little bit smaller. Oh no, look, it's a bar stool. The other one is also a bar stool. So let's take a look at the dimensions. Maybe it's the angle of the pictures. Yeah, I think it was the angle. Look, so this is pretty similar to that picture. Is it this picture? Yeah, so literally the same exact picture, right? Literally the same exact picture. It's the same exact product. This is probably going to be, okay, so take a look at this though. Okay, so this is important here with this one. This is not a good product to sell, okay? And the reason why this is not a good product to sell here is because it says ships and sold by Costway. So the brand itself is selling this one on Amazon. So because you're selling this exact product, this is not one that we would consider. So let's go back and take a look at another one. That's not to say, okay, that's not to say that you need to completely disregard the actual brand. It just means you disregard that product, okay, that product in specific. Someone says, do you only calculate tax if you ship to your state? No, so if you're not tax exempt, then you have to pay taxes depending on where it's going, okay, depending on where it's going. What we do with our clients, like right now we have about 50 stores or so that we're in the process of starting and managing. We have about 16 to 18 of them actually running, is that we work on essentially creating an LLC with this customer, getting them tax exempt, and we basically have, their stores are gonna have anywhere from 200 to 800 products in their store at all times, and we're gonna be able, our systems are gonna be able to dynamically increase the pricing of the items, decrease the pricing, be able to add more products, take away products, put items out of stock, put items in stock. As you can imagine, it's a little bit hard to manage selling 1,000 products in a store because you don't know when they're gonna go out of stock, right? You don't know when they're gonna go out of stock in the actual vendor. Later on throughout the trainings, I'll show you ways in which you could kind of bypass that and all that stuff. But so let's go ahead and let's try this one right here. Again, clearance is a very good filter. And this is only one vendor, right? Right now we use over 200 vendors that we actually use, but later on we'll go over some of the other ones and all of that stuff. I don't want to hit you guys with everything at once because it's just going to be like very confusing. So this is sold for $128. Let's go on Amazon and kind of look for this product. Okay, so here it is. Let's see if this kind of looks like it, but not really. So let's open this up and see who is selling this. Okay, so this has an undefined bestseller rank, which means that it's just a lower kind of rank product. It actually has no rank because it hasn't been sold yet. So as you can see, it only has one seller, which means that this person created the listing. We don't actually create listings, okay? So you could jump into this if you're able to find it, but we don't create listings. We just actually hop into listings that are already existing. Let's try this. So again, you copy the name, you come in here and you paste it there. Is this the same? Okay, so it is the same, it's just a gray one, right? So there you go. Exact product. Now, take a look at this, right? Because again, not every product that you're gonna find is gonna be a good fit. This product right here, it's ranked 21,000, which is amazing, but it's being fulfilled by Amazon, right? It's being fulfilled by Amazon. As you guys saw right here, before we came into it, you could see that it has the Prime logo, right? It has the Prime logo because somebody bought this product in quantities and they sold it, they sent it to Amazon to actually go out there and fulfill for them, which again is the goal later on, but we don't start with that, right? We start with basically fulfilling and selling these products directly from the retail sites until we could see traction. Then we may take it to the next step where we could do that. But again, that's a whole other kind of conversation. And again, like some people, like someone might be saying like, hey, like it takes a little bit long to find like actual good products to sell here. And yes, as it should, right? Like you're never gonna go out there and do something that's worth it, that's gonna be extremely easy. Like it's always gonna be a little bit complicated. You're always gonna have to put in the actual work. But think about it, if you find a product, right? Let's say that it took you an hour. Let's say that it took you a whole hour to find one product, right? Here, in the last 30 minutes or so, we found one good product, right? We found one good product that we had like a $9 kind of profit margin on, right? And again, I'm gonna give you guys access to this calculator here in a second, so make sure you guys stick around. So if you find just that one good product in 1 hour, in 30 minutes, in whatever, you list that product in your store. Let's say over the next year, over the next 5 months, 6 months, whatever, you get 20 sales, 50 sales, 100 sales, right? If you think about the money that you made divided by the amount of time that it actually took you to go out there and find the product, then you could see how it's a good investment of your time to be going out there and actually finding these products, right? I mean, most people are going out there and just working for like minimum wage, right? And then they see something like this and they're like, oh, like it takes a little bit long to find the products, and as it should, right? You just gotta think about it differently. Look at it from a different kind of angle. So let's go ahead and let's look through maybe 2 or 3 more. And then what I'm gonna do is basically go ahead and do today's giveaway, and I'm gonna give you guys access to basically this calculator right here so you could go out there and start playing with it. Now, there's literally a million other things that you need to know about how to go out there and do this efficiently. We're gonna be starting this series. This series is called Ecommerce Made Simple, and this series is called $1,000 per day, right? This is, the show is called Ecommerce Made Simple. The series is called $1,000 a day with no ads. It's basically gonna be an 8 to 12 week series where I'm gonna come in here live with you guys every single week and show you exactly how to go out there and dominate with this. So let's go ahead and let's try this one, and let's try this one. So again, you go to the product, copy the actual name, then come back over here and search for it. And let's see, okay, so here it is. Let's see what it actually looks like. So it seems like it is, so the brand is Mainstays. These are all different. This is a double, right? So the double is not really gonna work because that is not a double. Let's see, I'm gonna search the entire page for Mainstay. So it looks like the only Mainstay product actually, okay, so I think here it is. Yeah, it's literally this one. So I just had to scroll down a little bit more. So it's a white Mainstays chair. Okay, so that's literally the chair, right? If we look at the picture right here and we look at this, let's scroll down and take a look at some of the other details. So we have some product dimensions. We also have a model number. Let's see if we have any of that here. Not every product is gonna have a lot of information. Okay, we do have some dimensions here though. Okay, so 26.5, 26.5, 34, 40. Okay, so same exact dimensions, looks exactly the same brand, same name. Okay, so that's the product. Now, it's being sold right here for $81.18. So let's go ahead and put that in the calculator. $81.18. And you could get it for $69. Okay, so in this example, like you lose $5, right? You have like a -6%. But if you're able to get tax exempt, right? If you're able to get tax exempt, then this is actually a break-even product, right? A break-even product. Now you might be wondering, well, why sell products at a break-even? Well, that is a very good strategy when you have a brand new store, because if you start a brand new store and you're able to get some sales, right? Just to process orders, even if you're not making any money, even if you're just breaking even, that's gonna make it so that later on you get even more orders, because now Amazon knows that you're a trustworthy business that sends customers what they want and does it in a way that's fast, right? This product right here, if we choose the color white, you could see that this is free 2-day delivery, literally free 2-day delivery. When Amazon sees that you're able to ship these products to customers and it gets here in 2 days, like they're gonna favor your account over any other, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and, all right guys, so what we're gonna do now is just put in there any questions that you guys have. We're gonna stick around here for the next like couple of minutes kind of answering questions. And what I wanna do right now is hit me with a 4 in the chat if you guys want access to that calculator, if you guys want me to send you access to the calculator, and not only that, but give you access to a members area where you're gonna be able to get access to the replays of all these trainings that we're gonna be having on a weekly basis. And again, this is only something that is gonna be given to people in the live stream. If you're watching this in a replay, like this will probably not be live. This is only for people that are currently in the live stream. So just hit me with a 4 in the chat. I wanna make sure you guys are still here with me. And then I'll go ahead and I'll get that link ready for you here. All right, cool. So before we do that, all right, before I go ahead and give you guys access to that stream, what we're gonna do right now is that we're gonna give away $100. So how we're gonna do that is just start spamming like the number 6 in the chat. So just start spamming 6. And we're gonna do that here for a couple of seconds. And we're gonna pick someone. After we pick someone, if you get chosen, just send your email. Send your email in the chat. We will take a picture of that, note it, get that sent over to you, and then after the fact, we will go ahead and give you guys access to this calculator that Kevin actually made for us, and he is in the chat right now, hitting 4s. Someone says, any sites to set up tax accounts? Yeah, so we're not gonna cover that in this week's training because it's a little bit more advanced, but later on throughout the week, essentially the weeks, we're gonna talk more about taxes, we'll talk more about more vendors, different ways to find products and all that stuff. So. All right, so keep putting 6s in the chat, and we're gonna pick someone here in the next couple of seconds. I don't know what happened here. What happened with this thing right here? We gotta fix that. All right, so I'm gonna take a picture of a random segment of people right here. Okay, so we have a list of people right here. I don't know if you guys see this. You guys probably cannot see this. We have a list of people here on the screen. Let me see how I can do this actually. I'm gonna move this to my computer. I'm gonna put the picture on my PC so that you guys could see this. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is that I am going to, okay, so what you guys are seeing right now is the list of the people that are the potential winners. So you guys could stop putting 6s in the chat. Let's see how many people we got in here. We got Stefan. Stefan, what's up, bro? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 people. So we're gonna pick a random person from 1 to 23, and whoever gets chosen is gonna be the winner. Hey Siri, can you give me a random number from 1 to 23?
A random number between 1 and 23 is 13.
13, whoever's number 13, congrats on winning. Let's see who 13 is. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got Sherilyn. Sherilyn, you have $100. You made $100 today, Sherilyn, just by attending and learning. Like, what the hell? They never paid me to go to school. This is terrible. I actually had to pay. I had to get in debt. And then I dropped out. That is not a 10 out of 10. Sherilyn, can you send your email? We're going to need your email, Sherilyn, to send you this cash, okay? All right, guys. Hit me with a 4 in the chat if you guys enjoyed today's training. We still have a couple things to work on. For example, this TV right here, as you guys can see, does not work, okay? We need to start off with fixing that. And yeah, but we're working on it, okay? At least this time we started on time. Last time we started 20 minutes late because nothing was working. So Sherilyn, send your email in there. And what we're gonna do right now is that I'm gonna give you guys access to the, basically the calculator. So you guys could have access to that calculator. You're gonna have access to the members dashboard. And remember, you're gonna have to make an account while this training is running. Literally within the next 10 minutes after this training ends, you're not gonna be able to make an account there anymore. So make sure that you make an account by going here. So go to ecommerce.io/livestream, okay? ecommerce.io/livestream. If you have an account in the members area already, then you're already gonna have the calculator. If you don't, then make sure that you make an account in there. Okay, make sure that you make an account in there and do that. Sherilyn, we still do not have your email. Go ahead and just send that over somewhere in here or send it to my team. Just get your email to us somehow, but make sure that you send it within the next couple of minutes here, or just let me know if you're gonna send it to the team, then just take your time. But ecommerce.io/livestream, make an account there, and we are set. Let me see, make sure, all right. Calvin says, I was on the list today. Yep, awesome. All right, Sherilyn, we have your email, perfect. All right, guys, so again, ecommerce.io/livestream. Make sure that you guys are going there to create your account. I will see you guys. Nice Text says I was number 12. That's pretty close. I will see you guys next week, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard. If you got here late, then make sure that you go to ecommerce.io/livestream. If you're watching the replay of this somehow, make sure that you set your timer and that you don't miss these live streams, because we go over some crazy stuff and we give away money and access to different members areas and stuff, but only when you're attending live. All right, guys. So again, someone says, where is it in the members area? So once you make your account in the members area, you're gonna go up here to automation and calculator. So automation, calculator, and you're gonna have the calculator there to kind of play with. So that is how you get that, all right? All right, guys, take care, peace out. Thanks for attending. See you guys next week.